Hello there, and welcome to Sleepy Nights. This is Kevin. Tonight, we have a collection of stories in the deep sea. You stand on the gently rocking dive boat as it bobs in the twilight waters. The last rays of sun painting the horizon in deep purples and blues. The air carries that distinctive mix of salt spray and diesel that marks the very beginning of every ocean adventure. Around you, the soft clink of dive tanks and quiet murmur of equipment creates a familiar rhythm that tells you it's almost time to enter this other world. Your wetsuit fits like a second skin as you carefully check each piece of gear. A ritual that's both practical and meditative. The weight belt settles comfortably around your waist, grounding you even as the boat sways beneath your feet. Each piece of equipment has its purpose. The regulator that will be your breath underwater. The buoyancy compensator that will help you float like the marine creatures you'll soon encounter. A dive computer that will track your journey into the depths. The dive master helps you secure your tank, and you feel its reassuring weight against your back. The metal is cool through your wetsuit, but you know it carries something precious. The air that will let you explore the mysteries below. You adjust your mask, making sure the seal is perfect. Then check your gauges one final time. The familiar routine helps calm any pre-dive butterflies. As you sit on the edge of the boat, fins dangling over the water, you watch tiny bioluminescent organisms create trails of light in the boat's wake. The ocean seems to be inviting you in, offering glimpses of the magic that awaits below. The dive master gives the final briefing. You'll be descending along the wall of an ancient reef, following its contours deeper into the ocean's layers until you reach a place few humans have witnessed. The moment comes to enter the water. You put your regulator in place, tasting the slightly metallic flavor of filtered air. Then do one final check of your equipment. At the signal, you roll back into the ocean's embrace. The water closes over you with a rush of bubbles, and for a moment, everything is chaos and motion. Then, your training takes over. You surface briefly, signal that you're okay, and begin your descent into the depths below. The sunlight filters through the water in shafting beams as you slowly sink away from the surface. You adjust your buoyancy, finding that perfect state of weightlessness that makes you feel like you're flying through liquid space. The familiar world above grows more distant with each passing moment, and you turn your attention to the mysterious realm that's welcoming you into its depths. Your first companions appear. A school of sleek tuna moving through the blue water with powerful grace. Their bodies shimmer with metallic highlights as they pass, each fish perfectly streamlined for life in the open ocean. They move as one entity, their synchronized swimming, a dance that's been perfected over millions of years of evolution. A gentle current guides you deeper. The water takes on a richer shade of blue. Here, in the open water column, you encounter one of the ocean's most mesmerizing sights. A massive school of jackfish swirling in a living tornado. The silverfish move in perfect unison, their bodies creating patterns that seem almost hypnotic. You watch as the school parts around you, then reforms, demonstrating the intricate communication that allows thousands of individuals to move as one. You dive down a little deeper, and the quality of light has changed noticeably. The surface world seems distant, but the ocean has more wonders to share. A shadow passes overhead, Looking up, you see the distinctive shape of a manta ray gliding effortlessly through the water. Its wingspan must be at least 4 meters across, and it moves with a grace that belies its size. The manta ray circles once, perhaps curious about the bubbles from your regulator, before continuing its journey through the blue. As you descend further, the first hints of the twilight zone begin to show themselves. The water temperature has dropped, and the bright blue of the surface waters is deepening into something more mysterious. A group of dolphins appear from the blue void. Their clicking echolocation painting a sonic picture of your presence. They move with playful curiosity, spiraling around you in ever-changing patterns. A young calf stays close to its mother, but watches you with obvious interest. Its clicks and whistles adding to the underwater symphony. The dolphins accompany you for a little while, their sleek bodies cutting through the water with effortless grace. They seem to be guiding you toward your next destination, the edge of the great reef wall that will lead you into even deeper waters. Their whistles echo through the water like farewell songs as they eventually peel away, leaving you to continue your journey into the deeper realms that await. The great reef wall emerges from the blue like an underwater city. Its ancient limestone face stretching down into depths your eyes can't penetrate. Decades of coral growth have transformed this vertical landscape into a living tapestry of colors and textures. Your dive light reveals purple sea fans swaying gently in the current, while orange and yellow encrusting corals create a patchwork of warmth against the deep blue background. As you descend along the wall, you enter a world of extraordinary complexity. Schools of fish dart in and out of coral branches, orange and purple bodies catching your torch like living jewels. These small fish are the constant dancers of the reef, moving in coordinated groups just above the coral heads, retreating into the safety of the branches at any sign of danger. A green sea turtle glides past you with peaceful grace, its ancient face carrying an expression of serene wisdom. Its flippers move in slow motion, more like flying than swimming, as it navigates between coral outcrops. You notice small fish swimming alongside it, cleaner wrasses that help keep the turtle's shell free of algae. A perfect example of the reef's complex web of relationships. In a protected alcove, you discover one of the reef's most fascinating residents. A giant clam, nearly a meter across. Its mantle tissue displays an intricate pattern of blues, greens, and golds, no two exactly alike, almost like a living stained glass window. As your shadow passes over it, the clam slowly closes its valves, demonstrating the ancient survival instincts that have helped its species thrive for millions of years. Movement catches your eye, and you turn to see a group of parrotfish going about their daily work. These colorful fish use their beak-like teeth to scrape algae from the coral, inadvertently creating sand in the process. Each parrotfish can produce hundreds of kilograms of sand per year, helping to build the very beaches that rim tropical islands. Their crunching sounds carry clearly through the water, part of the constant background music of a healthy reef. A moray eel watches you from its rocky den, its body hidden except for its constantly moving head and jaw. Despite its fearsome appearance, it's simply going about its natural behavior, waiting for nightfall when it will emerge to hunt. tiny cleaner shrimp dance around its open mouth, removing parasites in another example of the reef's remarkable partnerships. In a secluded corner, you find one of the ocean's most dedicated parents, a male jawfish, hovering above its burrow. And looking very closely, you can see it's holding eggs in its mouth, keeping them safe until they hatch. As you continue along this wall, you notice how the quality of light is changing. The bright blues of the upper reef are gradually shifting to deeper, more mysterious hues. Larger fan corals appear, adapted to the lower light conditions. A school of barracuda hangs motionless in the blue water off the wall, their silver bodies forming a cylindrical pattern that catches what little sunlight penetrates to this depth. You pause at the edge of a large coral plateau, where the reef wall briefly levels out before plunging deeper into the twilight zone. Here, a cleaning station is busy with activity. A large grouper hovers motionless as smaller fish dart around it, removing parasites from its skin and gills. The grouper's patience is remarkable. Another sign of the complex understanding that exists between different species on the reef. As you prepare to leave the reef's vibrant community for deeper waters, a very curious octopus emerges from its hiding place to investigate you. Its color-changing skin ripples with waves of browns and reds, matching the coral perfectly before shifting to a pure white as it moves into open water. Its intelligent eyes study you for a moment before it gracefully retreats back into the reef's protective labyrinth, leaving you to continue your journey into the dimming waters below. Leaving the vibrant reef behind, you enter a realm very nature of the ocean itself begins to change. The water temperature drops noticeably. A cool embrace that signals your entry into the twilight zone. Here, sunlight becomes an increasingly precious commodity, filtering down in ever-weakening rays that create an ethereal blue twilight. Your dive light beam seems to disappear into infinity as you descend. The water so clear and deep that there's no visible end to its reach. The pressure increases gradually around you, and you feel a profound sense of entering a world few humans ever experience. The bright colors of the reef have faded away, replaced by deeper, more mysterious hues. Midnight blues and subtle violets that seem to absorb your torch's light. Looking up, you can still see the last fragments of surface light, now reduced to a soft glow that reminds you of moonlight on a cloudy night. Below, the depths beckon you with promises of creatures adapted to life in this twilight realm. Your bubbles drift upward like liquid mercury, catching what little light remains and creating ephemeral silver pathways to the surface world you've left behind. As your eyes adjust to the deepening twilight, you witness one of the ocean's most spectacular phenomena. The daily migration of lanternfish. These small, silvery fish, each no longer than your finger, are moving upward in their billions, creating a living river that flows through the darkness. Their bioluminescent photophores, tiny light-producing organs arranged along their sides, create patterns of blue-green light that transform the water column into a galaxy of moving stars. This is the largest animal migration on Earth, happening every single day as lanternfish follow their food sources toward the surface waters. During daylight hours, they shelter in the deep, safe from predators. But as night approaches, they rise en masse, following ancient rhythms that have remained unchanged for millions of years. Your dive light reveals how perfectly adapted these fish are to their twilight realm. Their large, upward-facing eyes catch any hint of movement above, while their photophores can be used for communication, camouflage, and finding mates. As they swim past you, their lights pulse in synchronized patterns, creating waves of living light that ripple through the darkness. The school moves like a single organism. When your dive light catches them, they scatter briefly before reforming their elegant patterns. Some individuals come close enough for you to see their delicate features. The specialized light organs that dot their sides like strings of tiny pearls. Above and below you, as far as your light can penetrate, the migration continues. Their journey will take them hundreds of meters toward the surface, where they'll feed in the plankton-rich waters before descending again. An eternal cycle that helps drive the ocean's complex food web. A flicker of movement in the darkness catches your attention. Something larger than the lanternfish, moving with deliberate grace through the twilight waters. As your eyes adjust, you witness one of the ocean's most spectacular light shows. A small group of firefly squid glides into view, their bodies illuminated with patterns of blue bioluminescence that pulse and swirl like living constellations. Each squid is a master of light manipulation, covered in specialized organs that can produce and control different colors of light. As you watch, they begin a mesmerizing display. Waves of blue light ripple along their bodies, while deeper amber glows pulse, from their centers. This isn't just random beauty. It's a complex language of light they use to communicate, hunt, and find mates in the darkness. One particularly bold squid approaches closer, giving you a privileged view of its remarkable abilities. Its entire body seems to shimmer with controlled patterns of light. Rings of blue-green luminescence circle its mantle, while precise dots of light run along its tentacles like strings of pearls. When it changes direction, the light show transforms instantly, creating new patterns that seem to flow like liquid starlight through the water. Suddenly, the group moves in perfect synchronization, their light displays merging into one coordinated performance. The squid dance their ethereal ballet for a few more moments before disappearing into the darkness. As you descend deeper into the twilight realm, your light beam reveals one of the ocean's most remarkably adapted creatures. A female anglerfish moving slowly through the dark waters. Unlike the fast swimming squid, she approaches life with patient strategy, conserving energy in a world where food is scarce. Her most distinctive feature glows softly in the darkness, a bioluminescent lure that dangles from a modified dorsal fin above her head. This living light is actually a colony of bacteria housed in a specialized organ, creating a glow that attracts curious prey in the darkness. The lure sways gently as she moves, mimicking the movement of small marine life. It's a sophisticated hunting strategy that has evolved over millions of years, allowing her to conserve energy while bringing food directly to her. As you observe her, you notice other fascinating adaptations. Her jaw is proportionally enormous, capable of swallowing prey larger than herself, a crucial advantage in an environment where meals are unpredictable. Her skin is a deep, velvety black that absorbs any stray light, making her virtually invisible except for her glowing lure. Even her eyes have evolved to make the most of what little light exists at these depths, with specialized structures that can detect the faintest movements. Most remarkable is what you don't see. A male anglerfish. In this species, the males are tiny in comparison to females, and when they find a mate, they physically fuse with the female's body, becoming a permanent part of her tissue. It's one of the most extreme examples of sexual dimorphism in nature. An adaptation to the challenges of finding a mate in the vast darkness of the deep. A deep vibration pulses through the water, resonating in your chest before reaching your ears. The sound grows stronger, and you sense, rather than see, movement in the darkness ahead. Your dive light seems to disappear into the blue-black void. But there's a presence out there. Something massive moving through the depths with deliberate grace. Then, emerging from the darkness like a submarine, comes one of the ocean's greatest predators, a female sperm whale. Her enormous head takes up a third of her 15-meter length, housing the most powerful natural sonar system on Earth. She moves with surprising elegance for her size, her tail creating gentle currents that you can feel even at a distance. As she glides closer, you can see the distinctive wrinkled skin around her mouth, and the small, knowing eye that studies you with clear intelligence. These are the true giants of the toothed whales, capable of diving deeper than any other marine mammal, routinely reaching depths of over 2,000 meters in search of their favorite prey, giant squid. The whale adjusts her position, turning slightly to get a better look at you. Her movements are precisely controlled, each motion calculated and efficient. Despite her enormous size, she must weigh at least 30 tons. She maneuvers with incredible precision in the dark waters. You notice the scars along her skin, some from battles with giant squid far below, marking her as an experienced hunter. A smaller shape emerges from the gloom. Her calf, staying close to its mother's protective presence. Young sperm whales can't dive as deep as their parents, but they're learning, gradually building their diving capacity until they too can hunt in the lightless depths. The young calf mirrors its mother's movements, already practicing the skills it will need for a life spent mostly in darkness. The bear circles you slowly, their curiosity evident. You can feel periodic pulses of sound. Their sonar examining you, building a detailed picture of this strange visitor to their realm. The water almost seems to vibrate with their presence, a reminder that you're encountering one of the ocean's most powerful and mysterious creatures in its own domain. The clicking sounds you hear are part of the most sophisticated biosonar systems known to science. Within that massive head, the sperm whale houses a complex array of air sacs and oil-filled channels that allow it to create and focus powerful sound beams. A distinctive series of clicks, first rapid, then slowing, are the whales using different types of sonar. The rapid clicks are for general scanning of the environment, creating a broad picture of the surrounding water. The slower, more powerful clicks are for detailed investigation, capable of detecting objects the size of a small fish from hundreds of meters away. These sound waves travel through the whale's head, focused by a specialized organ called the melon, before shooting out into the dark waters. When they bounce back, they're received through the whale's lower jaw, which conducts the sound directly to its inner ear. This allows the whale to build a detailed three-dimensional picture of its environment, detecting not just the location of objects, but their size, density, and even internal structure. The mother and calf coordinate their movements through these sound pulses, maintaining constant contact even when visibility is poor. Their clicks also serve as a form of communication, with different patterns and rhythms conveying various messages. Scientists have discovered that sperm whales even develop distinctive click patterns with family groups, essentially their own dialects of this acoustic language. As you watch the mother and calf, you witness part of the ocean's most complex social structures. Sperm whales live in highly organized family units called social clusters, with females and their young staying together for decades, while males eventually leave to lead more solitary lives. These family groups are built on deep bonds of cooperation and care, passing knowledge down through generations. Through the darkness, more shapes begin to emerge. Other members of the family pod joining the mother and calf. You notice how they move in coordinated patterns, maintaining consistent distances from each other through their acoustic communications. When they rest, they often gather in vertical formations, taking turns watching over the group while others sleep. This cooperative behavior allows them to protect their young and maintain constant vigilance against potential threats. These social bonds are crucial for survival in the deep ocean. Adult females will often babysit each other's calves, while mothers dive deep for food, ensuring the young are never left alone. They share the responsibility of teaching young whales essential skills, from hunting techniques to navigation of underwater terrain. It's a sophisticated society built on cooperation, communication, and care. The relationship between the mother whale and her calf before you is one of the most devoted in nature. Sperm whale calves nurse for up to 3 years, drinking rich milk that helps them develop the thick layer of blubber they'll need for deep diving. The mother's dedication is complete. She will stay close to her calf constantly during these early years, guiding it through every aspect of life in the deep ocean. You observe as the calf practices its diving skills, staying close to its mother's protective presence. While adult sperm whales can hold their breath for over an hour, young calves must surface more frequently. The mother accommodates her calf's limitations, adjusting her own behavior to ensure her young one's safety and comfort. Their synchronized movements show years of evolution, crafted to maintain this crucial bond even in the darkness of the deep. The calf occasionally nuzzles against its mother's side, a behavior that strengthens their emotional connection and allows the young whale to nurse. Even in these depths, you can see the gentleness in their interactions. The way the massive mother whale uses her bulk with incredible delicacy to guide and protect her offspring. This careful dance between mother and calf will continue for years, ensuring the young whale learns everything it needs in the mysterious realm of the deep ocean. As the whales fade back into the darkness, you continue your descent into the ocean's deepest realm. Here, at depths beyond 1,000 meters, life has evolved extraordinary adaptations to survive in one of Earth's most extreme environments. The pressure is intense, hundreds of times greater than at the surface, and the darkness is almost complete, broken only by the bioluminescent displays of deep-sea creatures. Your dive light reveals creatures that seem to defy imagination. Some transparent, their bodies completely clear, except for rainbow-like waves of light that pulse along its cone rows. These animals have evolved to be virtually invisible, their bodies consisting of tissue that's 95% water. This adaptation helps them withstand the enormous pressure at these depths, while making them nearly undetectable to predators. A deep-sea anglerfish materializes from the darkness, its body adapted in remarkable ways. Unlike surface fish, which would implode at these depths, its bones are light and porous, and its body contains special pressure-resistant proteins that keep its cellular processes functioning. You notice how many of the animals at this depth have developed red or black coloration. In the absolute darkness of the deep, red appears black and provides perfect camouflage, as red light wavelengths don't penetrate to these depths. It's an elegant solution to the challenge of hiding in a world where many predators create their own light. A movement along the sea floor catches your attention. Something that looks like an enormous pillbug, the size of a house cat, scuttling through the sediment. This is a giant isopod, one of the deep ocean's most remarkable scavengers. Its hard exoskeleton gleams dully in your light as it searches for food. Its compound eyes, adapted to detect the faintest bioluminescent signals. Around the isopod, other deep-sea specialists go about their lives. A vampire squid hovers motionlessly, its webbed arms spread like a dark umbrella. Unlike its shallow water cousins, this ancient species has evolved to move as little as possible, conserving energy in an environment where food is scarce. When disturbed, it can release clouds of bioluminescent mucus instead of ink, creating a dazzling display that confuses predators. Nearby, a cluster of giant tube worms rises from the sea floor like an otherworldly garden. These remarkable creatures have no mouth or digestive system. Instead, they host colonies of specialized bacteria that convert chemicals from deep-sea vents into energy. Their bright red plumes wave gently in the current, filtering nutrients from the cold waters around them. A group of deep-sea cucumbers moves slowly across the sea floor, their bodies adapted into exotic shapes that maximize their ability to extract nutrition from the sediment. Some appear almost transparent, while others sport vibrant colors that would seem out of place in this lightless world. As your deep sea journey nears its end, you float quietly in the darkness, witnessing the gentle rhythm of life in Earth's last frontier. The pressure of the deep ocean holds you in a peaceful embrace, while all around, bioluminescent creatures create their own constellations in the void. Their lights pulse and swirl in hypnotic patterns, nature's own lullaby in the depths. The giant isopod continues its patient search along the sea floor. Above, the vampire squid drifts like a peaceful spectre, its web of arms creating shifting shadows in your light beam. These ancient creatures have existed in these depths for millions of years, following the same timeless patterns in their lightless world. As you begin your long ascent back to the surface, you carry with you the peace of the deep ocean, a realm where life moves to a different rhythm, where darkness brings light, and where nature's most extraordinary adaptations create beauty in the most unexpected places. In the boundless Pacific Ocean, something stirs beneath the surface. The water appears empty, but here lives the largest animal that has ever existed on Earth. A shadow moves through the cobalt darkness, 30 meters long, weighing as much as 30 elephants. The blue whale rises from the abyss, nature's most magnificent creation. To witness a blue whale at the surface is to glimpse something beyond comprehension. Its back emerges like a living island, mottled blue-grey with unique chevron patterns. Water cascades from its flanks as it prepares to breathe. The blow shoots 20 feet into the air, visible from miles away. Blue whales are living paradoxes. The largest animals on Earth, sustained by some of the smallest. They are ocean wanderers whose migrations span hemispheres, yet depend on tiny crustaceans no bigger than a paperclip. They are gentle giants, capable of producing sounds louder than jet engines, calls that travel across entire ocean basins. In an age when most large animals have diminished, blue whales represent something profound. The possibility that true giants can still exist. They are survivors of an era when the ocean was hunted nearly to silence. Living testaments to both nature's capacity for recovery and its fragility. Today, perhaps 25,000 blue whales patrol the world's oceans, slowly recovering from near extinction. Each one is a miracle of evolution, a masterpiece of biological engineering perfected over millions of years. They are the dinosaurs of our time, not extinct relics, but living proof that our planet can still support the extraordinary. The blue whale's body challenges our understanding of what life can achieve. Stretching up to 100 feet long, they're longer than 3 school buses. Their hearts alone weigh as much as a small car. 600 pounds of muscle, pumping blood through arteries, large enough for a child to crawl through. Consider then the whale's tongue, weighing as much as an elephant. This massive organ acts as a hydraulic piston, forcing through baleen plates. These plates, made of keratin, the same material as fingernails, hang like a living curtain, filtering millions of tiny organisms from the sea. The baleen system represents evolution's elegant solution to feeding a giant. How do you sustain an animal this size? Not through massive teeth or predatory power, but through delicate filter feeding. Each baleen plate is fringed with bristles that trap prey while allowing water to pass. When feeding, a blue whale can engulf 70 tons of water in a single gulp, enough to fill a swimming pool. Their skeletal structure is equally remarkable. The backbone consists of vertebrae, each the size of dinner plates, while ribs form a barrel-shaped cage protecting organs of incredible size. The liver weighs a ton. Kidneys are each bathtub-sized, and lungs hold over 1,300 gallons of air. The circulatory system is perhaps the most impressive. Blood vessels form a network thousands of miles long, carrying 15,000 pounds of blood. The heart beats slowly but powerfully, just 5 to 6 times per minute. Each beat sending waves through a system vast enough to supply a small town. Even their skin tells an adaptation story. 2 inches thick, it protects from deep dive pressure while maintaining swimming flexibility. The distinctive blue-gray coloration with lighter spots provides camouflage in open ocean, where predators struggle to distinguish whale from shifting light patterns. Most remarkably, blue whales achieve enormous size while maintaining streamlined efficiency for ocean travel. Their bodies are perfectly hydrodynamic, tapering from massive head to powerful tail. This design allows cruising speeds of 20 miles per hour when necessary, though they typically travel at a leisurely 5 miles per hour. Blue whales exist at the absolute limit of mammalian possibility. They represent the boundary between possible and impossible. Their existence, testament to the ocean's ability to support life on an unimaginable scale. In their anatomy, we see not just biological success, but the ocean's capacity to nurture the truly extraordinary. Across the world's oceans, blue whales embark on journeys ranking among the most epic migrations in the animal kingdom. These underwater odysseys span 12,000 miles round trips, taking whales from polar feeding grounds to tropical breeding areas. In the North Pacific, blue whales follow ancient routes traveled for millions of years. They begin in productive Alaskan and British Columbian waters, where summer brings krill explosions, attracting whales from across the Pacific. As autumn approaches and blooms fade, whales begin their southern migration toward California, Mexico, and Central America. Migration precision is extraordinary. Blue whales navigate using magnetic fields, water temperature, and celestial cues scientists barely understand. They follow underwater topography, like aerial highways, using seamounts and ridges as landmarks in their liquid world. Researchers believe they sense Earth's magnetic field through magnetite crystals in their brains, providing an internal compass guiding them across thousands of miles. These journeys aren't undertaken lightly. Migrating blue whales may not feed for months, living entirely off blubber reserves built during productive summer seasons. Single whale can lose 40% of body weight during migration, burning fat to fuel enormous energy demands, while maintaining body temperature in varying conditions. Antarctic blue whales undertake perhaps the most impressive migration. These giants spend summers in the Southern Ocean, where the Antarctic conversion creates Earth's most productive waters. Cold, nutrient-rich southern waters meet warmer northern waters, creating ideal conditions for massive krill blooms. When winter arrives, these whales migrate north toward the equator, some traveling to Ecuador and Peru waters. What makes migrations even more remarkable is their synchronization. Entire populations move together, following schedules refined over evolutionary time. Pregnant females leave first, needing warm waters before calves are born. Males and non-breeding females follow later, movements timed to coincide with seasonal food availability. Migration routes aren't random ocean paths, but carefully selected corridors, maximizing feeding opportunities while minimizing energy expenditure. Blue whales travel along continental shelf edges, where upwelling brings nutrients to surface levels, creating productive feeding areas. They follow temperature gradients and current systems, using the ocean's natural highways. Recent research reveals remarkable navigational abilities. Whales return to specific feeding areas year after year with pinpoint accuracy. Satellite tracking shows individual whales returning to ocean sections less than a few miles wide. Despite traveling thousands of miles and spending months away. Climate change is affecting these ancient patterns. Shifting ocean temperatures and changing currents alter krill bloom timing and location, forcing whales to adapt routes and schedules. Some populations change migration timing by weeks or months, while others explore new feeding areas as traditional grounds become less productive. The Great Migrations represent one of nature's most spectacular phenomena, demonstrating ocean interconnectedness and the remarkable abilities of its largest inhabitants. These journeys link polar and tropical waters, proving the ocean isn't separate regions, but a single, connected system, where giants' movements help maintain delicate ecosystem balance. In polar waters, one of nature's most extraordinary feeding spectacles unfolds. Blue whales sustain themselves on some of the smallest prey. Antarctic krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures, swarming in countless numbers. Krill may be small, but they are the Antarctic food web's foundation. These orange-red crustaceans form Earth's largest animal aggregations, creating swarms stretching for miles containing billions of individuals. From space, large krill swarms appear as red ocean patches, visible proof of the Southern Ocean's incredible productivity. A feeding blue whale defies belief. The whale approaches a krill swarm with deceptive calm, then suddenly accelerates, opening its mouth to reveal a cavernous pink interior. The throat pleats accordion-like grooves running from chin to navel, they expand dramatically, allowing the mouth to engulf 70 tons of krill-laden water in a single gulp. This is lunge feeding, one of the animal kingdom's most spectacular feeding behaviors. Lunge feeding physics are extraordinary. As the whale opens its mouth, water resistance creates enormous drag, requiring tremendous power to maintain forward momentum. The whale's tongue acts as a massive piston, forcing water back through baleen plates while trapping krill inside. The entire process takes 20 seconds, but requires energy equivalent to a car accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Blue whales are surprisingly efficient feeders. Their baleen plates, numbering 300 to 400 on each mouth side, are perfectly designed for filtering krill. Each plate is fringed with fine bristles, trapping organisms as small as half an inch while allowing free water flow. Bristle spacing and flexibility is crucial. Too coarse and krill escape. Too fine and the system clogs with debris. Feeding strategy varies with krill swarm depth and density. Near the surface, whales often feed on their sides, rolling through water with mouths agape. In deeper water, they may feed upside down, rising through krill layers like underwater missiles. Some whales feed at over 500 feet depth, using remarkable lung capacity to hunt in twilight zones, where krill often congregate during daytime. Blue whale feeding energy economics are staggering. Adult blue whales need 3 to 4 tons of krill daily during feeding season. Roughly 3 to 4 million individual krill. To meet these requirements, whales may lunge feed 5 to 20 times daily, depending on krill swarm density. Each feeding dive can last 20 minutes, with whales processing enormous water and prey volumes. Krill themselves are remarkable creatures, perfectly adapted to southern ocean life. They can live 7 years. Unusual longevity for such small animals. During winter food scarcity, krill can actually shrink in size, reducing their metabolic needs until conditions improve. They form swarms as defense mechanisms, creating predator confusion while increasing chances of finding food and mates. The blue whale-krill relationship extends beyond simple predation. Whale excrement, rich in nutrients, helps fertilize oceans. This creates positive feedback loops where whales actually help maintain their feeding grounds' productivity. Scientists estimate great whales may contribute significantly to ocean carbon cycles through this process. Krill abundance varies dramatically with ocean conditions. El Niño events, sea ice extent changes, and shifting current patterns all affect krill populations. Blue whales have adapted to these fluctuations by building massive fat reserves during feeding years and traveling vast distances to find alternative feeding grounds when local populations crash. Beneath the waves, blue whales create some of Earth's most haunting sound. Their calls are sophisticated communications, traveling across entire ocean basins, connecting individuals separated by hundreds or thousands of miles. Blue whale songs are among the lowest sounds produced by any animal. So deep, humans cannot hear them without special equipment. These infrasonic calls, ranging from 10 to 40 hertz, are below human hearing threshold but perfectly adapted to ocean acoustic properties. At these frequencies, sound waves travel thousands of miles through water, creating global communication networks spanning continents. Song structure is remarkably complex and surprisingly musical. Each call consists of multiple phrases lasting 10 to 30 seconds, with entire song sequences repeating for hours. The calls have been described as moans, groans, and pulses, but these descriptions barely capture their haunting beauty. When sped up to human audible frequencies, blue whale songs reveal intricate rhythm and melody patterns, rivaling any human composition. What makes these songs even more remarkable is their volume. Blue whale calls reach 180 decibels, among the loudest sounds produced by any animal. They're louder than jet engines at takeoff, yet carry this sound through water rather than air. Ocean acoustic properties allow these powerful calls to travel across entire basins without losing clarity or strength. Scientists believe songs serve multiple purposes. The most obvious is mate attraction, with males producing long, complex songs during breeding season. These songs may advertise the singer's fitness, location, and availability to potential mates across vast distances. In the deep ocean, where finding mates is like locating needles in haystacks, acoustic communication becomes essential for reproductive success. But songs appear to serve purposes beyond reproduction. Some calls seem to function as contact calls, allowing family groups to maintain communication across hundreds of miles. Others may be used for navigation, with whales using their calls' acoustic properties to map ocean floors and identify underwater features. Songs may even serve as acoustic oceanography, allowing whales to assess water conditions and locate productive feeding areas. One of the most intriguing aspects is that the songs are changing over time. Researchers have documented steady decreases in blue whale call frequency over recent decades. In some populations, calls have dropped 30% in frequency since the 1960s. Reasons remain mysterious, but theories include recovering population sizes, changing ocean acoustics, or responses to increasing human-generated noise. Modern technology has revolutionized understanding of blue whale communication. Underwater microphones, called hydrophones, detect whale calls from hundreds of miles away, allowing scientists to track individual whales and monitor population movements without ever seeing the animals. Hydrophone arrays deployed across entire ocean basins create acoustic maps of whale movements, revealing migration patterns and breeding areas impossible to study through direct observation. Blue whale songs continue echoing through ocean depths, reminding us the sea isn't silent, but a place of constant communication, connecting remote regions with invisible threads, binding the marine world together. The blue whale conservation story represents one of humanity's greatest environmental tragedies and most inspiring recovery efforts. Less than a century ago, these magnificent creatures were hunted to extinction's edge. Their populations reduced by over 90% in the relentless pursuit of whale oil. industrial whaling transformed blue whales from ocean's giants into valuable commodities. A single blue whale could yield 120 barrels of oil, making him the most prized catch for commercial whalers. Explosive harpoons and factory ships, invented in the early 1900s, turned whale hunting into unprecedented industrial operations. Between 1904 and 1967, whalers killed an estimated 350,000 blue whales worldwide, reducing global populations from perhaps 300,000 to fewer than 5,000 individuals. The Antarctic was the primary killing ground. In the southern oceans, 1930 to 1931, the summer season alone, whalers killed nearly 30,000 blue whales. The carnage was so intensive that within decades, blue whales had virtually disappeared from traditional feeding grounds. By the 1960s, commercial whaling for blue whales became economically unviable, simply because so few remained. The turning point came in 1966, when the International Whaling Commission finally banned commercial blue whale hunting worldwide. This protection came almost too late. Some populations had been reduced to just dozens of individuals. The recovery that followed has been slow and uncertain, testament to both these creatures' resilience and human exploitation's long-lasting impact. Today's blue whale populations face new challenges in increasingly crowded oceans. Ship strikes represent one of the most significant threats, with large vessels capable of killing whales through collision. The problem is particularly acute in busy shipping lanes, overlapping whale migration routes and feeding areas. Off California's coast, ship strikes are the leading blue whale mortality cause, accounting for an estimated 80 deaths annually. Entanglement in fishing gear poses another serious threat. Blue whales can become wrapped in fishing nets, crab trap lines, and marine debris, leading to injury, infection, and death. The whale's enormous size and strength often make rescue operations extremely difficult and dangerous. Perhaps the most insidious threat is noise pollution. The ocean has become dramatically noisier over the past century, with shipping traffic, offshore construction, and military activities creating constant background din, interfering with whale communication Blue whales rely on long-distance acoustic communication for finding mates and coordinating social behaviors. Increased noise levels may force whales to change calling patterns, potentially disrupting essential activities. Climate change adds another layer of complexity. Warming oceans are altering krill distribution and abundance, the whale's primary food source. Ocean temperature and chemistry changes shift krill bloom timing and location. Despite these challenges, there are encouraging recovery signs. Global blue whale populations have grown from the 1960s lows of around 5,000 to perhaps 25,000 individuals today. Some regional populations show particularly strong recovery trends. The eastern North Pacific population has grown from fewer than 1,000 whales in the 1970s to an estimated 2,000 to 3,000 today. Blue whale population recovery represents one of conservation's greatest success stories, proving even the most endangered species can recover when given adequate protection. However, their future remains uncertain in oceans facing multiple human pressures and climate change. In warm, tropical and subtropical waters, blue whales engage in one of the ocean's most remarkable reproductive cycles. After the longest pregnancy in the animal kingdom, lasting 10 to 12 months, female blue whales give birth to calves that are already among Earth's largest animals. A newborn blue calf whale is a giant by any standard, measuring 20 to 25 feet long and weighing 6,000 to 8,000 pounds. To put this in perspective, blue whales are born larger than most fully grown elephants. Yet, despite this impressive size, these newborns are completely dependent on their mothers for survival in the vast ocean environment. The birth process itself is shrouded in mystery, occurring in remote, deep ocean waters and rarely observed by scientists. What we know is that calves are born tail first, an adaptation preventing drowning during birthing. Newborns must immediately swim to the surface for their first breath, guided by mother's gentle nudging and natural blubber buoyancy. Blue whale milk is unlike anything else in the animal kingdom, with 30 to 50% fat content. It's 10 times richer than cow's milk and has thick, cream consistency. A single day's milk production can weigh as much as a small car, providing enormous caloric intake necessary to fuel rapid growth. The milk is so rich, it often appears pink or orange due to high carotenoid concentrations and other nutrients. Blue whale calf growth rates are staggering. During their first year, they gain approximately 200 pounds daily, making them Earth's fastest growing animals. This incredible growth rate is sustained entirely by mother's milk, demonstrating the remarkable efficiency of blue whale reproductive strategy. By weaning at 6 to 8 months old, calves have doubled in length and increased weight by 10 to 15 times. The mother-calf bond is extraordinarily strong. Mothers are highly protective, positioning themselves between calves and perceived threats. The pair typically swim in close formation, with calves riding in mother's slipstream to reduce energy expenditure. This behavior, known as echelon swimming, allows calves to keep pace while learning essential navigation and social skills. Nursing takes place underwater, a remarkable feat of coordination between mother and calf. Mother's mammary glands are equipped with powerful muscles that actively pump milk into the calf's mouth, allowing feeding without calves needing to create any suction. Nursing sessions are brief but frequent, typically lasting 10 to 15 seconds, but occurring many times daily. Reproduction timing is carefully synchronized with blue whale migration cycles. Mating typically occurs in warm, tropical waters during winter months, when adults have completed migration from cold feeding areas. Pregnancy lasts nearly a year, meaning mothers give birth in the same warm waters where conception occurred. Female blue whales don't reproduce annually. Energy demands of pregnancy and nursing are so enormous that mothers typically give birth only every 2 to 3 years. This extended reproductive cycle means blue whale populations recover slowly from declines, making conservation efforts particularly critical for long-term population stability. Blue whales don't live in isolation, but exist as part of complex marine relationship webs, spanning entire ocean ecosystems. Their presence influences and is influenced by countless other species. from microscopic plankton to apex predators, creating connections rippling through marine food chains. The relationship between blue whales and krill represents one of the ocean's most important predator-prey dynamics. Blue whales are among the most efficient krill predators, consuming massive quantities during feeding seasons. However, their impact on krill populations is more nuanced than simple consumption. Whale feeding behavior actually helps maintain krill swarm integrity by preventing overgrazing in specific areas. As whales move constantly and feed in different locations. Blue whales serve as ecosystem engineers, animals whose activities significantly modify their environment. Their feeding creates nutrient-rich water column patches as they process enormous volumes of krill-laden water. Nutrients released through whale excrement, rich in nitrogen and iron, help fertilize surface waters and promote phytoplankton growth. This process, known as the whale pump, contributes to ocean productivity and helps maintain the very ecosystem supporting whale populations. Interactions with other whale species reveal complex, open ocean social dynamics. Blue whales often share feeding areas with humpback whales, fin whales, and other baleen species, creating multi-species aggregations spanning hundreds of square miles. These associations are typically peaceful, with different species employing various feeding strategies, reducing direct competition. Dolphins and porpoises frequently associate with blue whales, taking advantage of feeding opportunities created by whale activity. As blue whales process massive water volumes, they often release krill and other small organisms that dolphins can easily capture. Seabirds form another important blue whale ecosystem component. Species like Antarctic petrels, albatrosses, and shearwaters often follow feeding whales, diving to capture krill and fish, driven to the surface by whale activity. The death of a blue whale creates one of the ocean's most significant nutrient events. A whale fall can support unique deep-sea communities for decades, as the massive carcass slowly decomposes. These events create nutrition oases in the nutrient-poor deep ocean, supporting specialized bacteria, worms, and other organisms found nowhere else on Earth. Understanding these complex interactions is crucial for effective blue whale conservation, demanding holistic approaches, considering the entire ecosystem web of which they are part. As we look toward blue whales' future, we face both unprecedented challenges and remarkable opportunities. Climate change represents perhaps the greatest long-term challenge facing blue whale populations. Rising ocean temperatures are altering krill distribution and abundance, the foundation of blue whale food webs. As polar ice melts and ocean chemistry changes, traditional feeding areas may become less productive, forcing whales to adapt migration patterns and feeding strategies. Technological advances offer new hope for blue whale conservation and research. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are revolutionizing our ability to study these animals, allowing scientists to analyze vast amounts of acoustic data and identify individual whales from their unique call signatures. Satellite technology provides real-time information about whale movements and habitat use, enabling more effective protection measures. The future of blue whales is inextricably linked to our ocean's health. As we face challenges like plastic pollution, ocean acidification, and habitat degradation, blue whale population recovery serves as both a measure of our success and motivation for continued conservation efforts. Perhaps most importantly, blue whales represent the possibility of coexistence between human civilization and the natural world. Their recovery from near extinction demonstrates that even the most damaged ecosystems can heal when given the chance. The blue whale song continues, echoing through ocean depths, testament to life's resilience and our natural world's enduring wonder.